Bold and the Beautiful spoilers reveal that Ridge and Steffi are growing increasingly suspicious of Carter's true motives behind his unusual enthusiasm for the Hope for the Future clothing line, especially as the company struggles financially. Carter's actions are more than just an attempt to help. It seems like he's hiding something. Steffi, who has always had a sharp eye and protective instincts for her family, begins to feel uncomfortable with the decisions Carter is making. Things get more complicated when Carter decides to invite Ivy and Elektra to introduce their jewelry line to Forrester Creations, which raises a lot of questions in Steffi's mind because she knows that Forrester Creations is in a difficult period and any financial decision needs to be thoroughly discussed. But what worries Steffi the most is that Carter seems to be making decisions on his own, without consulting the other key members, especially her. Steffi feels that Carter is going too far, especially when he proposes that Ivy and Elektra become the faces of Hope for the Future's new fashion line. To Steffi, this is a bold and unreasonable decision given the current situation of the company. The Hope for the Future fashion line is already struggling, and it doesn't seem like a project that should be revived at this time. However, Carter not only firmly pushes forward with this, but also clearly shows that he will do everything he can to help Hope overcome the crisis. Carter's determination makes Steffi even more suspicious about the relationship between Carter and Hope. Why is Carter so strongly protecting and supporting Hope, even though this is against the company's financial interests? What motivated Carter to act like this, and is there something deeper going on between him and Hope? Steffi decides to find out the truth and has planned to meet Carter to resolve this issue. When Steffi entered Carter's office, she did not expect to witness a shocking scene. Before her eyes was the image of Carter and Hope passionately kissing. Steffi was completely stunned by this scene. Now all her questions were answered. Carter's enthusiasm and constant protection for Hope not only stemmed from work reasons, but also from personal feelings between the two. This was the reason why Carter fought so hard to protect Hope's fashion line, despite Steffi's objections and the company's financial situation. Witnessing Carter and Hope kissing made Steffi feel betrayed, not only because Carter had violated her and her family's trust, but also because this relationship could seriously affect the future of Forrester Creations. She understood that if the relationship between Carter and Hope was made public, it would create a series of complicated problems, not only in the company, but also in the family relationship. The romance between Hope and Carter quickly fell apart when Steffi entered the room, creating a tense and awkward atmosphere. Steffi's sudden appearance not only interrupted the intimate moment between the two, but also marked an important turning point in this complicated relationship. Immediately, Steffi expressed her anger and could not control her dissatisfaction when facing Hope, whom she considered a person who used men for personal gain. Steffi did not hesitate to condemn Hope, bluntly calling her a prostitute, and declaring that Hope had repeatedly used men to achieve her goals. For Steffi, Hope was not only a rival in love, but also a scheming person at work. She recalled how Hope pretended to love Thomas just to take advantage of his talent in designing and developing the Hope for the Future fashion line, although Thomas had helped Hope a lot. But when he decided to go further by proposing to her, Hope coldly refused. This angered Steffi even more, as it was clear to her that Hope only used Thomas when necessary and then discarded him without mercy. Steffi warned Carter that he could be the next in a string of men Hope had used, believing that Hope had no intention of developing a real relationship with Carter and was simply using her charm to manipulate him for her own gain, just as she had done with Thomas. To Steffi, Hope's behavior was not only an emotional betrayal, but also a threat to the stability and growth of Forrester Creations, as she feared that if Carter continued to be involved with Hope, he would lose control and make bad decisions for the company. Although Carter still tried to protect Hope in this situation, he could not deny that Steffi's words had evoked deep thoughts in him. Carter felt confused by what Steffi said, but still decided to pull her out of the office to avoid escalating the tension. However, this did not mean that he completely ignored Steffi's criticism. In fact, this confrontation left a mark on Carter's mind. forcing him to rethink his relationship with Hope. After the dramatic encounter, Carter began to have doubts about his future with Hope. Although he had always been willing to protect Hope and believed in their feelings, Steffi's words stirred up anxiety in his heart. Carter began to wonder if Hope was truly sincere with him, or if she was just using him like she did with Thomas. This relationship, which was initially passionate and attractive, gradually became complicated and full of doubts. Hope, on her part, did not agree when Carter wanted to take the relationship further. This made Carter feel even more confused and hurt. He could not stop thinking about whether Hope was actually using him to achieve her personal goals, and this pushed Carter to the decision to reconsider their entire relationship. He began to feel that this relationship not only had no future, but could also harm him both emotionally and professionally. Finally, after long nights of thinking, Carter decided to end the relationship with Hope. He could no longer live in doubt and worry about his feelings. Carter realized that love could not exist when there was too much uncertainty and concern about the other person's sincerity. Although breaking up with Hope would leave him with a painful feeling, Carter understood that this was the best thing for both of them. The breakup between Carter and Hope will not only create a painful breakup, but also open up many new situations as Steffi continues to confront Hope and tensions within Forrester Creations escalate. Can Hope continue her work without Carter's support? And will Steffi take advantage of this situation to consolidate her power in the company? The next developments promise to bring dramatic surprises to the audience.
Oh.